What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another Wednesday video, because today is Wednesday, that means it's Wednesday, and we are reacting to the song Monetize, because I totally forgot last week that I wanted to react to this song. So yeah, that's why we discovered the song this week, and I would say we shouldn't waste any time and go into the reaction. There is one thing I'm asking myself since a few weeks: has Monetize something to do with Money Game? And I guess I will find it out in a few minutes. But before we react to this song, feel free to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications every time I release something new. Also, if you like this reaction, feel free to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. That would help me a lot. I don't think we should waste any time and should start reacting to that song. That's a really short song compared to the other songs I reacted to, but I guess the lyrics are also creative and we have a lot to discover. So I would say we should start with the reaction. This song is called Monetize. It's by REN. And I would say, let's go!
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money.
Okay, there is a lot to talk about. First of all, I totally agree with that. And that's something I always say. Because there are people that think, oh, I have to save money, I can't spend a lot of money, and I need to have a lot of money on my bank account. And I say always to those people, hey, if you are right now dying, yeah, what do you want with all that money? Spend it and have a great life. Buy whatever you want to buy. Make yourself happy. Live your life. Go on vacation. Why do you think you have to save 95% of your money? It doesn't make sense. Because, like she said in this video, we are born without anything and we go under the earth without anything. So why saving? Just spend it and have a great life. That's how I see those things. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that's the way I live. Yeah, we had the word greed again. I mean, you guys did let me know that almost every song is about greed, so I wasn't surprised by that. She was totally right when she said that rich people are the biggest problem or the most evil, because I read somewhere, I really don't know where, but it's not long ago, you need employees. Other people need to work for you so you can become a millionaire. It doesn't work if you work for it. Yeah, you must be the evil person to say you work so I get rich. And I guess that's what she was basically saying, but I made it way more complicated than it actually is. So let's continue with the main song.
Path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores, what a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root.
Bro, these lyrics have a lot of room for interpretation, so I will let you know what my mind is thinking right now. I have the lyrics here. When we lose sight of life and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're lying just to make a living, that's all there is. and when you're lying slowly dying, you will die with a grin. This is really beautiful written, by the way. I would say it's pretty similar to Money Game, because Money Game was basically criticizing rich and the money system and all of that, but with a few examples. So Money Game was a song about rich and greedy people and how they were raised and what they did. He was telling the audience about the problem itself. We could discover the problem and the reason for that. And this song feels a little bit like, okay, I showed you the problem, now here's the solution. What do we need to make it better? That's what I imagine could be the meaning behind this song. But
make a living, that's all that is.
Let's continue.
Slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money tool like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me, because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes money.
Well, first of all, let me tell you something about the beat, because I really fucking love this beat. The orchestral elements, it sounds a little bit like 90s pop rap, and I really love that beat. I don't know if this is so far my favorite instrumental by REN, but definitely in my top 3 right now. Amazing beat. Okay, now the lyrics changed a little bit, because now he's talking about himself and that they had not that much money, but it was enough for food and for clothes. And I guess many people understand what he is talking about, because let's be honest, there are not so many of us who were born rich. I guess so. Maybe this audience here who's watching my videos is rich as fuck. I don't know. I don't think so, but yeah. Then he's talking about his sister, and this is pretty interesting, because I understand what he's meaning, but I don't 100% agree with that. I mean, I think he's meaning when he says this world needs light and you're the brightest I see your wings have feather more than ever. That means basically she's still innocent, because all the things like you must be beautiful and you must be rich and successful, and that's what you need to do in life. These are things people tell us over the years when we grow up. And when you're a little child, fresh born, you are innocent. Things like money and beauty don't matter. And I think he does exactly mean that when he said, you are the brightest I see and your wings have more feathers than ever. But then there are things like, keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need, never ever let this world make you bitter like me. On one hand, that's beautiful, this imagination, and I think the world would be a better place if every child would be raised like this and they stay innocent and they don't think that much about money and beauty and success when they grow up. But reality does look completely different. You can't get away from all of these things, especially in times with social media. And then of course we have still television, we have magazines, billboards. We are daily confronted with beauty and money, and of course the more you soak that in, the more worthless you feel. Yeah, I agree with him. It would be very cool if his sister would stay innocent and don't give a fuck about these things. But in reality, she will facing the same thing most of us do. We idolize rich and beautiful people and we look in the mirror and we see we are not like them and we feel a little bit more worthless. Which is totally stupid, but that's the age we are living in. That's all I can say right now about this song.
Money made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall. Because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make ghosts. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
Okay, the no money, no profit thing was very interesting because he's not wrong with that. We invented money and over the decades it became more and more important until it became something like a religion. That's maybe what he's talking about. Like I said in the beginning, I think that this song is more like the solution where money game is facing the problem. And this song is more like, okay, I tell you a quick recap and tell you a little bit about the problem, because he also was criticizing money again. And he was basically telling the audience that we are raised like money is the most important thing in our lives. And if we would start raising children that money is not the most important thing, it would be a healthier world and it of course would be way more healthy for every person. But I guess he was not only criticizing because of the sentence money saves lives, takes lives, money both. That's a really important one because of course money is in today's world very important. You can't buy food or clothes or a home or whatever. It's important for your life without money. But the balance is important. So if you have enough money to buy these things you really need for your life and a little bit more to be a little bit more happy, yeah, so I'm not only talking about food and clothes, I am talking about a vacation, for example, then this is absolutely enough. And you shouldn't listen to the media that's telling you you need more money, because that's bullshit. But also, if you are too rich, you forget what life means. You get away more and more from being a human because money is controlling your life. When you have way too much money, you think the world is yours and you can buy everything, but at the end of the day, you maybe end up really depressed. And I mean, we all saw the third part of Money Game, and that's what I'm talking about. So the balance is very important. Money is important in this world, but we should start overthink what we think about money. I guess you probably understand what I mean. If your interpretation of this song is a little bit different, feel free to let me know it in the comments. Also, let me know whatever you want in the comments and give this video a like if you like this reaction. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to get notifications every time I release something new. And that's it for today's video. I hope you liked this reaction. I guess next week we are reacting to the song Suicide. And I would say until next time, peace.